Every thought you entertain shapes your reality. Yet most of us live trapped by patterns we didn't choose, bound by limits we never questioned. True power lies not in controlling the world, but in mastering the one thing that commands it all, your mind. Your mind is a mansion of untold potential. Most people wander through just a few familiar rooms, never daring to explore beyond the locked doors. Behind those doors lie the secrets to unimaginable power. Strength, clarity, resilience. This book is your key. It doesn't promise miracles, nor does it rely on fleeting motivation or empty affirmations. Instead, it offers one simple but transformative technique that will guide you to unlock those doors, one by one, revealing a limitless version of yourself. Imagine standing in front of a vast golden door. It feels ancient, immovable, and locked. You've passed by it countless times, assuming that what lies behind it is unreachable. This door symbolizes the untapped potential of your mind, the part of you that remains dormant, waiting for the courage to act. The technique within these pages isn't about breaking the door down, it's about finding the key that has always been within your grasp. Most people live their lives confined by invisible boundaries, placed there by societal expectations, past experiences, and self-imposed limitations. They believe their circumstances are fixed, that their abilities are finite, and that success belongs only to the lucky or the gifted. But this belief is a lie, one you've been sold since birth. The truth is, your mind has no limits except those you accept. Once you understand this, you can rewrite the rules, reshape your thoughts, and redirect your actions to align with your greatest ambitions. The simple technique introduced in this book is not new. It has been used by great thinkers, warriors, and leaders throughout history. It is the art of focused visualization, the ability to see, feel, and experience your desired reality in such vivid detail that it becomes inevitable. This is not daydreaming or wishful thinking. It's a deliberate practice of aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your vision of success. This technique is rooted in both ancient wisdom and modern neuroscience, and it has the power to reshape how you think, act, and live. But visualization alone is not enough. To make it effective, you must pair it with discipline, clarity, and relentless action. Each chapter of this book will build upon the last, guiding you step by step toward mastery over your mind and your reality. You will learn how to dismantle the mental barriers that have held you back, reprogram your subconscious mind for success, and align your daily actions with your grandest vision. By the end of this journey, you will not only unlock the doors to your potential, you will have the tools to step through them with confidence and purpose. This book is not for the faint of heart. It will challenge you to confront your fears, eliminate distractions, and embrace discomfort. It will push you to see yourself as the creator of your reality, not a victim of circumstances. If you commit to the process, you will emerge stronger, clearer, and more capable than ever before. You will no longer be a man who waits for opportunity. You will be the man who commands it. The journey begins now. It starts with a decision, a commitment to step into the mansion of your mind, key in hand, ready to unlock every door. Are you ready to claim the limitless power within you? If so, turn the page and take the first step. Chapter 1. The Baseline, Understanding the Cage You're In. Picture yourself standing in the middle of an expansive field, surrounded by an invisible fence. You walk to its edges, feeling the resistance each time you attempt to step beyond its boundaries. This fence is not real, but it holds you captive nonetheless. It is made of years of conditioning, unchallenged beliefs, and assumptions about what you can and cannot do. Most people live their entire lives within this invisible cage, never questioning its existence, let alone trying to escape. But what if you realized that the fence was only as strong as the belief that built it? The first step to commanding your reality is understanding the limits you've accepted as truths. You might feel certain that your life is bound by external forces, societal expectations, financial constraints, or the cards life dealt you. But the truth is, The real constraints are internal. They are the silent narratives you repeat to yourself daily. I'm not good enough. I don't have time. I'll fail if I try. These thoughts are the bars of your cage. They are so ingrained in your subconscious that they feel like reality. But they are not. They are constructs, and every construct can be dismantled. To understand the cage, you must first examine its origin. Most of the beliefs that shape your behavior were formed during childhood, when your mind was highly impressionable. A teacher's comment, a parent's criticism, or a failure in your early years might have planted a seed of doubt that grew into a towering tree of limitation. Over time, these beliefs solidified, shaping how you see yourself and the world around you. The problem is not that you have these beliefs, it's that you never questioned them. Consider this: if you believed you were capable of achieving anything, what would your life look like? Chances are, the vision is vastly different from your current reality. The gap between where you are and where you want to be is the measure of your mental cage. The good news is, the key to breaking free has always been within you: awareness. When you become aware of your limiting beliefs, you begin to weaken their hold. Awareness requires brutal honesty. You must confront the areas of your life where you feel stuck and ask yourself, why? Why haven't you pursued that dream? Why do you hesitate in the face of opportunity? Why do you accept mediocrity when greatness is within reach? The answers will likely point to fears and assumptions that are not based on fact but on perception. These are the invisible strings that keep you bound. Breaking free starts with small acts of rebellion against these mental constraints. Challenge a belief you've held for years. Test its validity by taking action in the opposite direction. For example, if you've always believed you're terrible at public speaking, volunteer to give a presentation. The act of confronting your fear will reveal that the limitation was never as real as it seemed. Each time you challenge a belief, the cage weakens. Each step you take beyond the invisible fence expands your field of possibilities. The process is not easy, but it is transformative. It requires you to embrace discomfort and uncertainty, two forces that most people avoid at all costs. But within discomfort lies growth, and within uncertainty lies opportunity. The moment you decide to step outside your mental cage, you begin to reclaim control over your life. You stop being a passive participant in your reality and become its architect. Imagine standing in that field again. But this time, you take a step beyond the invisible fence. You feel resistance, but you push through. With each step, the cage dissolves, revealing a vast open landscape of potential. This is the power of awareness, the ability to see the walls you've built around yourself and decide to tear them down. It is the first and most important step toward commanding your reality. The cage you're in is not permanent, but leaving it requires courage and commitment. Are you willing to confront the beliefs that have held you back? Are you ready to question everything you thought was true about your limitations? If so, you have already taken the first step. Now, identify one area of your life where you feel caged. Write it down. Examine its roots. Then, take one small action to defy it. The key to your freedom is in your hands. Will you use it? Chapter 2. The One Simple Technique. The Power of Focused Visualization. Your mind is a canvas, and your thoughts are the brushstrokes that paint your reality. Most people let their brush move aimlessly, creating chaotic and unremarkable images. But what if you could take control of the brush, guiding each stroke with precision and intent? What if you could visualize a masterpiece so vividly that it began to manifest in the real world? This is the power of focused visualization, the ability to turn abstract ideas into tangible outcomes through deliberate mental imagery. It is not magic, it is a process, and once mastered, it will change the way you shape your reality. Focused visualization is like planting a seed. The mind, much like fertile soil, nurtures whatever is planted within it. When you vividly imagine a goal, your subconscious mind begins to align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with that vision. This alignment creates a magnetic pull that draws opportunities, resources, and momentum toward your goal. But just as a seed needs care and consistency to grow, so does your vision. It requires clarity, repetition, and unwavering belief. At its core, visualization works because the brain doesn't distinguish between imagined and real experiences. When you close your eyes and vividly picture yourself achieving a goal, your brain activates the same neural pathways that would fire if you were actually living that moment. This process builds familiarity, making the desired outcome feel achievable and natural. Over time, your actions begin to reflect this internal reality, bringing your vision closer to fruition. The key to effective visualization is specificity. Vague images produce vague results. Instead of imagining general success, create a mental movie of the exact outcome you desire. For example, if your goal is to excel in your career, don't just picture yourself feeling successful. Visualize walking into your office with confidence, completing a major project, and receiving recognition from your peers. Engage all your senses in the process. Hear the applause, feel the handshake, see the smiles, and experience the pride. The more vivid and detailed your vision, the stronger its impact on your subconscious mind. Focused visualization also requires consistency. A single attempt will not rewire your mind or change your reality. It is a daily practice, a ritual that reinforces your belief in your ability to achieve what you envision. Dedicate 5 to 10 minutes each morning to this practice. Sit in a quiet place, close your eyes, and immerse yourself in the mental image of your desired outcome. As you do, allow yourself to feel the emotions associated with success, joy, pride, and fulfillment. These emotions act as amplifiers, intensifying the power of your visualization. Doubt is the enemy of visualization. If you mentally rehearse success but internally believe it's unattainable, you create resistance that sabotages your efforts. To counter this, focus on small, incremental wins that build your confidence. For instance, if your ultimate goal is to run a marathon, begin by visualizing yourself completing a 5K. Once you achieve that, visualize the next milestone. Each small victory reinforces your belief in the process, creating momentum that carries you forward. Visualization alone is not enough. It must be paired with action. Think of visualization as a compass that points you toward your goal. It provides direction, but you still need to take the steps to get there. After each visualization session, ask yourself, what is one action I can take today to move closer to this vision? Then, act on it immediately. This combination of mental rehearsal and physical action creates a powerful synergy that accelerates progress. Throughout history, great achievers have harnessed the power of visualization, often without realizing it. Athletes, entrepreneurs, and visionaries have spoken of seeing their success in their minds before it became reality. They understood that to create something extraordinary, you must first imagine it vividly and believe in it completely. Visualization is not reserved for the gifted or privileged. It is a skill anyone can develop with practice and intention. Imagine standing in front of a blank canvas, brush in hand. You see not just the empty space before you, but the masterpiece waiting to emerge. This is the power of focused visualization, the ability to see what could be, not just what is. By painting vivid images of your desired reality in your mind, you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your goals, transforming possibility into certainty. The canvas is yours, and the brush is in your hand. Will you let your strokes be random and aimless, or will you paint with purpose and precision? Begin today. Close your eyes and spend 5 minutes visualizing one goal as if it is already achieved. Picture every detail. Feel every emotion. Then choose one action to take that brings you closer to that vision. Your mind is your most powerful tool. Use it wisely, and you will discover that reality is not fixed. It is a masterpiece waiting to be created. What will you paint on the canvas of your life? Chapter 3: Mental Congruence, Aligning Thought, Emotion, and Action. A powerful river carves its path not because it rushes in every direction, but because it flows with purpose, each drop aligned with the others. The force of the river lies in its congruence, its unity of motion and intent. In much the same way, a man's power comes from the alignment of his thoughts, emotions, and actions. Without this unity, you are like a scattered stream, dissipating energy and losing momentum. With it, you are an unstoppable force capable of reshaping your reality. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions contradict each other, you create internal resistance. You may dream of success but hesitate to act, or you may act without truly believing in your goal. This misalignment creates friction that slows your progress and drains your energy. To achieve mental congruence, you must eliminate this friction and unify the forces within you. Only then will you harness the full power of your mind and direct it toward your vision. The first step toward mental congruence is clarity. You must know what you want with absolute certainty. Many people fail to achieve their goals because their desires are vague or conflicted. They say they want success, but deep down, they fear the sacrifices it requires. They dream of freedom, but their actions bind them to routines that stifle growth. Clarity is the foundation of congruence. Without it, you cannot align your thoughts, emotions, and actions because you lack a clear target to aim for. Once you have clarity, examine your internal dialogue. Your thoughts are the architects of your reality, shaping your beliefs and influencing your emotions. If your mind is filled with self-doubt or negative assumptions, it will undermine your ability to act decisively. To align your thoughts with your goals, replace self-limiting beliefs with empowering truths. This process requires vigilance. Catch yourself when you think, "I'm not good enough," or "this is too hard." Challenge these thoughts and replace them with affirmations that reinforce your confidence and purpose. Emotions are the fuel that drives action. When your emotions are in harmony with your goals, they propel you forward. But when fear, frustration, or self-doubt dominate, they act as brakes, holding you back. To align your emotions with your vision, practice emotional awareness. Pay attention to how you feel throughout the day, especially when faced with challenges. Are your emotions helping or hindering you? If they are misaligned, take steps to recalibrate. Techniques like deep breathing, visualization, or reframing negative experiences can shift your emotional state and restore balance. Action is where alignment becomes reality. You can have the clearest vision and the strongest emotions, but without action nothing changes. However, not all actions are equal. Congruent action is deliberate, purposeful, and consistent with your goals. It is the difference between a man who flails aimlessly in the water and one who swims with precision toward the shore. To align your actions, prioritize tasks that directly contribute to your vision. Eliminate distractions and focus your energy on what matters most. The process of achieving mental congruence is not always smooth. You will encounter moments of doubt, hesitation, or conflicting desires. This is natural. It is the mind's way of testing your commitment. When this happens, return to your vision. Remind yourself why you started and what you stand to gain. Use these moments as opportunities to strengthen your alignment, rather than let them derail you. Each time you overcome internal resistance, you reinforce the unity of your thoughts, emotions, and actions. True congruence is a state of flow, where every part of you is working in harmony toward a common goal. In this state, obstacles lose their power to deter you because your focus is unwavering. Doubts fade because your belief in your purpose is unshakable. Progress becomes inevitable because your actions are consistent and aligned. This is the power of mental congruence, a force that transforms your potential into tangible results. Imagine standing at the edge of a river, watching its steady, relentless flow carve through rock and earth. This is the power of alignment, a force so unified that nothing can stand in its way. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions are in harmony, you become like that river, capable of overcoming any obstacle and reshaping the landscape of your life. Achieving mental congruence is not a one-time event but a practice. Each day, you must check your alignment. Are your thoughts supporting your vision, or are they filled with doubt? Are your emotions fueling your progress, or are they holding you back? Are your actions deliberate and purposeful, or are they scattered and ineffective? By consistently bringing yourself back into alignment, you strengthen the flow of your energy and amplify your results. You hold the power to create this alignment. The question is, will you use it? Take a moment now to reflect. What is one action you can take today to align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your highest goal? Write it down, then act on it. The river of your potential is waiting to flow. All it needs is direction. Will you provide it? Chapter 4: Rewiring Subconscious Patterns, Breaking Free from Old Programming. Your mind is like a fertile field, and your subconscious is the soil. Whatever seeds you plant, whether weeds of limitation or blossoms of possibility, will grow and shape the landscape of your life. Most people inherit their mental gardens from others, unknowingly cultivating beliefs, fears, and habits that serve someone else's vision. But you are not bound to this inherited field. You have the power to uproot what no longer serves you, and plant new seeds that align with your purpose. To command your reality, you must first take control of the patterns running your subconscious mind. The subconscious is the silent architect of your reality. It governs 95% of your thoughts and actions, shaping your life without your conscious awareness. If you feel stuck, it is likely because your subconscious is operating on outdated programming. Breaking free from this invisible grip requires more than surface-level change. It demands a deep dive into the patterns you've absorbed over years, dismantling what limits you and replacing it with beliefs and habits that empower you. The subconscious mind is formed in the early stages of life when your brain is most malleable. As a child, you absorbed ideas and behaviors from your environment, parents, teachers, peers, and society. Some of these lessons were empowering, but many were not. You may have internalized beliefs like, "I'm not good enough," "money is evil," or "success is for other people." Over time, these beliefs hardened into mental scripts, shaping your actions and limiting your potential. The first step in rewiring these patterns is awareness. You cannot change what you do not acknowledge. To uncover subconscious patterns, pay attention to recurring thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Notice what triggers self-doubt or hesitation. Reflect on moments when you've sabotaged your progress or held yourself back. These are clues to the underlying scripts running your mind. For example, if you procrastinate on opportunities, it may stem from a fear of failure rooted in childhood criticism. If you struggle to assert yourself, it could be tied to a belief that your voice doesn't matter. Identifying these patterns is like shining a light in a dark room. Once you see them, they lose much of their power. Rewriting subconscious patterns requires a twofold approach: replacing limiting beliefs with empowering ones, and reinforcing these new beliefs through consistent action. Start by questioning the validity of your old beliefs. Ask yourself, is this true? Where did this belief come from? Does it serve me or does it hold me back? Most limiting beliefs crumble under scrutiny because they are not based on fact but on emotion or past experience. Once you've dismantled a limiting belief, replace it with a new, empowering one. For example, instead of, "I'll never succeed," affirm, "I have the power to create success on my terms." Visualization is a powerful tool for reprogramming the subconscious. Your mind does not distinguish between real and vividly imagined experiences. By consistently visualizing your desired outcomes, you imprint new patterns on your subconscious. Picture yourself acting with confidence, achieving your goals, and embodying the qualities you admire. Feel the emotions associated with this vision: pride, joy, determination. The more vividly you engage your senses, the more effectively you rewire your mind. Over time, this practice shifts your subconscious programming to align with your conscious intentions. Action is the final key to transformation. Rewiring your subconscious is not just about changing your thoughts, it's about changing your behaviors. Each time you act in alignment with your new beliefs, you reinforce them. For example, if your old pattern was avoiding challenges due to fear of failure, your new belief might be, I grow stronger through challenges. To solidify this belief, take action that pushes you out of your comfort zone. Each small victory strengthens your new programming, creating a feedback loop of confidence and growth. This process takes time and persistence. Subconscious patterns are deeply ingrained, and breaking them requires patience. Expect resistance from your mind. It will cling to the familiar, even if the familiar is harmful. When this happens, remind yourself of your vision and why the change is necessary. Surround yourself with environments, people, and resources that reinforce your new beliefs. Repetition and consistency are your greatest allies in this journey. As you rewire your subconscious, you'll notice profound shifts in your mindset and actions. Decisions that once felt daunting will become natural. Opportunities that seemed out of reach will align with your efforts. You will no longer be a passive participant in your life, but an active creator, shaping your reality with intention and purpose. Imagine standing in a field that stretches endlessly in all directions. For years, it has been overgrown with weeds, habits, beliefs, and fears you didn't choose but inherited. Now, you hold the tools to transform this field. With every limiting belief you uproot, you create space for new possibilities. With every empowering action you take, you plant seeds of growth and success. Over time, this field will become a thriving garden, a reflection of the limitless potential within you. Rewiring your subconscious is not a one-time effort but a lifelong practice. Each day, you have the choice to nurture the seeds of your new beliefs or let the weeds of the past return. Choose wisely. Take a moment now to reflect, what is one limiting belief you're ready to release? Write it down along with its empowering replacement. Then, commit to one action today that aligns with your new belief. The field of your mind is waiting. What will you plant? Chapter 5: The Art of Mental Stillness, Clearing the Clutter. Imagine a glass of water, filled with dirt and sediment, shaken so vigorously that clarity becomes impossible. This is the state of a cluttered mind, clouded, restless, unable to focus. But when the glass is set down, when movement ceases, the sediment settles and the water clears. In stillness, the mind finds its power. It is in the calm, not the chaos, where insight is born, decisions are sharpened, and strength is restored. Yet, in a world of relentless noise, mental stillness has become a lost art. To command your reality, you must reclaim it. Stillness is not the absence of thought but the mastery of focus. It is the deliberate clearing of mental space to create room for clarity and intention. Most people fear stillness because it reveals the very thoughts they've been avoiding, fears, doubts, and unresolved conflicts. But those who embrace stillness discover its transformative power. It is in the quiet moments that your mind becomes a forge, shaping your vision and strengthening your will. The question is, are you willing to sit in that silence and face what arises? Mental stillness begins with awareness. In a culture that glorifies busyness, your mind is bombarded with endless distractions. Notifications, obligations, and the constant demand for attention. This noise creates mental clutter, leaving you reactive rather than intentional. Over time, this state becomes normal, and clarity feels out of reach. But clarity is not a gift, it is a discipline. To reclaim it, you must prioritize stillness, creating pockets of peace amidst the chaos. Stillness is not about stopping the world around you, it's about finding calm within it. Start by observing your mental landscape. Take note of the thoughts racing through your mind, the tension in your body, and the emotions you're suppressing. This awareness is the first step toward quieting the noise. Most people live in a constant state of reaction, driven by external stimuli. But when you pause and turn inward, you reclaim control. You shift from being a victim of circumstance to the master of your mind. Achieving stillness requires intention and practice. One effective method is mindful breathing. Sit in a quiet space, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Inhale deeply, hold for a moment, and exhale slowly. As you do, visualize your thoughts settling like sediment in a glass of water. Each breath creates more clarity, more calm, At first, your mind will resist, pulling you back into the noise. This is normal. Stillness is a muscle, and like any muscle, it strengthens with repetition. Another powerful practice is single tasking. In a world obsessed with multitasking, single tasking is an act of rebellion. Choose one task, give it your full attention, and complete it without distraction. Whether it's reading, writing, or even washing dishes, immerse yourself fully. Notice the details, the sensations, the effort. This focus trains your mind to stay present, reducing the mental clutter that comes from divided attention. Stillness also involves decluttering your environment. Your surroundings have a profound impact on your mental state. A chaotic workspace breeds a chaotic mind, while a clean, organized space fosters clarity. Take time to remove physical distractions, unused items, unnecessary papers, digital clutter. As your environment becomes more intentional, so does your mind. This process is not about perfection but about creating a space that supports your focus and peace. As you cultivate stillness, you'll notice its ripple effects in your life. Decisions become easier because your mind is no longer clouded by irrelevant noise. Creativity flows more freely, unburdened by constant distractions. Relationships deepen because you're fully present rather than scattered. Stillness becomes your secret weapon, giving you an edge in a world that prizes speed over substance. But stillness is not always comfortable. In the quiet, you may confront thoughts and emotions you've long avoided. This is where the real work begins. Sit with the discomfort. Acknowledge it without judgment. These moments are opportunities for growth, revealing the areas where healing is needed. As you face these truths, you gain strength, transforming stillness into a source of power rather than fear. The greatest leaders, thinkers, and creators all understood the value of stillness. They sought solitude not as an escape, but as a tool for sharpening their minds and refining their visions. You are no different. In stillness, you reconnect with your essence, the core of who you are. You remember your purpose and align your actions with it. This is the art of mental stillness, not the absence of thought, but the presence of clarity. Picture the glass of water once again, now clear and still. The sediment has settled, leaving a pristine surface that reflects light. This is your mind when you embrace stillness, a tool of precision and power, capable of shaping your reality with intention. Stillness is not a luxury. It is a necessity for anyone seeking to command their thoughts and actions. It is the foundation upon which all mental mastery is built. Now ask yourself, when was the last time you allowed yourself to be still? Not just physically, but mentally. Take a moment to reflect on the noise in your life, the distractions, the clutter, the habits that pull you away from clarity. What can you eliminate to create more space for stillness? Commit to one small change today. Perhaps it's 5 minutes of mindful breathing, a decluttered workspace, or simply choosing to single task. These moments of calm will become the building blocks of your transformation. Remember, stillness is not about doing less, it's about being more. More present, more intentional, more aligned with your purpose. Embrace the quiet, and you will discover the power waiting within it. How will you use this clarity to shape your life? The choice, as always, is yours. Chapter 6: Anchoring the Vision, Turning Visualization into Reality. Imagine a towering ship drifting aimlessly in the open sea, its sails full of potential, but with no anchor to steady it, no compass to guide it. Without an anchor, even the grandest vessel is at the mercy of the waves, pushed and pulled in every direction. The same is true of your goals and visions. Without grounding them in deliberate action and tangible markers, they remain distant ideas, easily swept away by distractions or doubts. Anchoring your vision is about bringing it to life, not just as a fleeting thought, but as a living, breathing force that propels you forward with precision and power. Vision alone is not enough. You may have the most vivid mental picture of your success, but without actionable steps to ground that vision, it remains a mirage. Anchoring is the process of tying your aspirations to the real world through rituals, habits, and intentional actions. It's what transforms dreams into plans, plans into actions, and actions into results. This chapter will teach you how to create anchors strong enough to hold your vision steady, even amidst life's inevitable storms. The first step to anchoring your vision is to connect it to your daily actions. Too often, people set grand goals, but fail to integrate them into their routines. They remain distant, disconnected from the everyday grind. To bridge this gap, you must identify specific, consistent actions that align with your vision. These actions serve as reminders, keeping your goals at the forefront of your mind and weaving them into the fabric of your life. For instance, if your vision involves building physical strength, your anchor could be committing to a morning workout. If it's financial freedom, your anchor might be dedicating time each evening to study investments or refine your skills. But anchoring is not just about action. It's also about creating physical and emotional cues that reinforce your commitment. Think of these cues as symbols of your vision. A piece of paper with your goals written on it, placed where you see it daily, acts as a constant reminder. A specific song, a mantra, or a visualization ritual can evoke the emotional drive behind your goals, reigniting your focus when motivation wanes. These anchors ground your vision in your consciousness, making it harder to drift away from your purpose. Creating a ritual around your vision is a powerful way to anchor it. Rituals are deliberate, repetitive actions that signal your brain to focus on what matters. For example, start each morning by visualizing your goals as though they are already achieved, feeling the emotions of success and reflecting on the steps required to bring them closer. End each day by reviewing your progress, identifying small wins, and planning your next move. These rituals not only keep your vision alive, but also train your mind to prioritize and take aligned action. Another aspect of anchoring is accountability. Sharing your vision with someone you trust, whether a mentor, a friend, or a partner, creates external pressure to follow through. This person becomes a living anchor, reminding you of your commitments and holding you to the standards you've set. Accountability transforms vague intentions into concrete promises, making it less likely that you'll abandon your goals when challenges arise. Consistency is the glue that holds your anchors in place. It's not enough to visualize your goals once or take sporadic actions toward them. True anchoring requires repetition and persistence, even when progress seems slow. Imagine a tree growing roots deep into the earth. It doesn't happen overnight, but with time and consistency, those roots become unshakable, allowing the tree to stand tall against any storm. Your anchors work the same way, growing stronger with every repetition, until your vision feels as real and unyielding as the ground beneath your feet. Anchors are also a safeguard against the inevitable moments of doubt and distraction. When you feel uncertain or tempted to stray from your path, your anchors bring you back to center. They remind you of your purpose and rekindle the spark that first inspired your vision. This is why it's crucial to choose anchors that resonate deeply with you. Actions, symbols, or rituals that evoke a sense of meaning and connection. The stronger the emotional tie, the more effective the anchor. Ultimately, anchoring your vision is about creating alignment between your thoughts, emotions, and actions. It's not enough to dream big. You must live your vision every day in tangible ways. By embedding your goals into your daily life, you transform them from abstract ideas into inevitable outcomes. This alignment not only accelerates your progress, but also builds a sense of integrity and self-trust. You become a person who doesn't just think about change, but actively creates it. Picture that towering ship once more, now equipped with a sturdy anchor that holds it steady, no matter how rough the waters become. The wind may howl, the waves may crash, but the ship remains grounded, unwavering in its course. This is the power of anchoring your vision, turning it into a steady, unshakable force that guides your every action and decision. With each anchor you set, you bring your dreams closer to reality, one deliberate step at a time. Now take a moment to reflect. What are the anchors in your life? Are they strong enough to keep your vision alive, or do they need reinforcement? What daily actions, symbols, or rituals can you implement today to ground your aspirations in the real world? Remember, your vision is only as powerful as the actions you tie it to. Without anchors, it drifts. With them, it thrives. Commit to creating at least one new anchor this week. Whether it's a daily habit, a visual reminder, or a shared accountability system. Let it serve as a constant connection to your goals, a reminder of the life you are building. And as you strengthen these anchors over time, watch as your vision transforms from a distant dream into an undeniable reality. The question is no longer if you will succeed, but how soon. How will you begin anchoring your vision today? The answer lies in your hands. Chapter 7. Resistance as your ally, overcoming the forces holding you back. Resistance is a strange and persistent adversary. It's the invisible weight that holds you down when you try to rise, the unseen barrier that stands between you and your goals. Imagine resistance as a dense fog blanketing a mountain path. It obscures your view, makes every step harder, and tempts you to turn back. Yet within this fog lies an unspoken truth. Resistance only gathers where progress awaits. It doesn't block the lazy or the aimless. It stands guard at the gates of growth, daring you to move forward. Resistance isn't just an obstacle, it's a signal. It points directly to what matters most, to the actions that carry the potential to transform you. It thrives on fear, self-doubt, and procrastination, amplifying every insecurity and whispering lies about your limits. But here's the secret. Resistance is not your enemy, it's your greatest teacher. The more you learn to recognize it and lean into it, the more it reveals your untapped strength. In this chapter, you'll learn how to confront resistance, turn its power against itself, and use it as a force to propel you toward your goals. Resistance is cunning, appearing in forms so subtle that you often mistake it for your own voice. It tells you to wait for the perfect moment, to gather just a little more information, or to focus on something less intimidating. It disguises itself as fatigue, distraction, or even logic, convincing you that stepping away is the smarter choice. But behind this clever facade lies a single purpose: to keep you where you are, safe and unchanged. Growth, after all, demands discomfort, and resistance thrives on your desire to avoid it. To overcome resistance, you must first identify its patterns. Reflect on the moments when resistance feels strongest, when you sit down to write, make a bold decision, or start a challenging task. Notice how it sharpens its claws when you approach something meaningful. This is its nature. Resistance grows in proportion to the importance of the task at hand. Recognizing this pattern is your first step to mastery. When resistance rises, see it not as a reason to stop, but as proof that you're on the right track. Once you've identified resistance, the next step is to face it head-on. This requires a shift in perspective. Instead of fearing resistance or trying to avoid it, embrace it as an integral part of the process. Resistance is not a sign of failure, it's a sign of progress. Each time you push through it, you build resilience and strengthen your ability to act, despite fear or doubt. The key is to start small. Break the task into its simplest component and commit to doing just that. Often, the act of beginning dissolves the fog of resistance and reveals the path forward. But what about when resistance feels overwhelming? Like a wall too high to climb, in these moments your greatest weapon is action. Any action, no matter how small. Action is resistance's kryptonite. The moment you begin, you rob it of its power. Think of a plane on a runway. The initial push requires immense energy, but once it gains momentum, it soars effortlessly. Your efforts are the same. Start with one small step, and let the momentum carry you forward. Another powerful tool against resistance is reframing your mindset. Instead of viewing resistance as an external force working against you, see it as an internal challenge, a call to rise. Resistance is your training ground, the crucible where mental toughness is forged. Every time you confront it, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you thought. Over time, this builds confidence and a sense of mastery. What once seemed insurmountable becomes routine, and you begin seeking out challenges rather than avoiding them. To sustain this growth, it's crucial to anticipate resistance and prepare for it. Create systems that make it harder to give in and easier to act. For instance, if you're prone to procrastination, set specific deadlines and hold yourself accountable to someone you trust. If distractions are your downfall, design an environment that minimizes them. A workspace free of clutter, a phone silenced, or a schedule that prioritizes focus. These small adjustments can make a significant difference, allowing you to bypass resistance before it takes hold. Finally, remember that resistance doesn't disappear. It evolves as you do, meeting you at every new level of growth. But each time you conquer it, you gain a deeper understanding of its tactics and a greater ability to withstand its pull. Resistance becomes less of a foe and more of a sparring partner, one that sharpens your skills and pushes you to your limits. The more you lean into it, the more you realize that it is not here to stop you but to strengthen you. Picture yourself standing at the edge of a vast and treacherous forest, the air thick with fog. Each step forward feels uncertain, each shadow a potential threat. But as you move, you begin to notice something remarkable. The fog, once impenetrable, starts to lift. The shadows fade, revealing a clear path. This is the nature of resistance. It obscures your vision to test your resolve. Only those who push forward discover the clarity waiting on the other side. Now reflect, where in your life does resistance appear most often? Is it in your work, your relationships, or your personal growth? What fears or doubts does it amplify, and how has it held you back? More importantly, what will you do to confront it? Remember, resistance thrives on hesitation. The longer you wait, the stronger it becomes. But the moment you act, you strip it of its power. This week, commit to facing one source of resistance in your life. Whether it's a project you've delayed, a conversation you've avoided, or a fear you've ignored, take one decisive action to confront it. Start small, and let that action build momentum. With each step, you'll find that resistance is not the immovable force it pretends to be. It is a challenge, yes, but one that you are fully equipped to overcome. What will you do today to turn resistance into your ally? The answer lies in your hands. Chapter 8. Momentum through micro-wins, the power of small victories. Momentum is the quiet force that transforms effort into progress, turning hesitation into action and doubt into confidence. Imagine a boulder perched on a hill. At first, it takes enormous effort to move it, each push met with resistance. But once it begins to roll, it gathers speed, almost moving on its own. This is the power of momentum. It doesn't require monumental efforts at every step, just small, consistent pushes in the right direction. Life is no different. The path to achieving greatness isn't paved with grand gestures or singular moments of brilliance. Instead, it is built on the accumulation of small wins, each one adding to the momentum that carries you forward. These victories, often overlooked, have the power to reshape your mindset and fuel your journey. In this chapter, you'll discover how to harness the power of micro-wins, creating an unstoppable force that propels you toward your goals. We live in a culture obsessed with instant success, where only the final achievement is celebrated, and the journey is ignored. This mindset is not only unrealistic but detrimental. It convinces you that anything short of perfection is failure, discouraging you from starting at all. Yet, the truth is that every monumental success begins with a single, often unremarkable step. Small wins are the unsung heroes of achievement, laying the foundation for greater victories. Think back to a time when you accomplished something significant. Perhaps it was earning a promotion, running a marathon, or overcoming a personal challenge. Now, deconstruct that moment. Was it truly the result of a single act, or was it built on countless smaller decisions and efforts? Each time you chose to act instead of procrastinating, to persist instead of giving up, you added another link to the chain of progress. This is the essence of micro-wins. They are the steps that lead to the summit. The beauty of small wins lies in their accessibility. They don't require extraordinary talent, resources, or circumstances. They are within reach every day, waiting for you to claim them. It could be as simple as completing a task you've been avoiding, showing up to the gym, or choosing a healthier meal. While these actions may seem insignificant in isolation, their cumulative effect is profound. They create a feedback loop of success, reinforcing your belief in your ability to achieve more. Momentum thrives on consistency. The more you act, the easier it becomes to act again. This is why micro-wins are so powerful. They keep the wheels turning, even when motivation wanes. Consider the alternative. When you delay action, the inertia of inaction sets in. Days turn into weeks, and the task that once required a simple effort now feels insurmountable. Momentum, whether positive or negative, compounds over time. Your task is to ensure that it works in your favor. One of the most effective ways to build momentum is by breaking your goals into smaller, manageable pieces. Instead of focusing on the overwhelming whole, identify the first step you can take right now. If your goal is to write a book, start with a single paragraph. If you want to get in shape, commit to a 10-minute walk. These micro-actions may seem trivial, but they carry immense power. Each one sends a message to your brain. I am capable. I am moving forward. But what happens when progress feels slow or insignificant? It's crucial to recognize and celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Acknowledge the effort you've put in, even if the results aren't immediately visible. This isn't about false positivity. It's about reinforcing the habit of showing up and taking action. Each time you do, you build confidence in your ability to keep going. Over time, these small victories accumulate, creating a momentum that becomes impossible to stop. Resistance, fear, and doubt often lose their grip when faced with the steady force of micro-wins. They thrive in the absence of action, growing stronger as you hesitate. But every small step forward weakens their hold, proving to yourself that you are capable of more than you imagined. It's not about eliminating these challenges entirely, but about moving forward despite them. With each win, you chip away at the barriers standing in your way, revealing a path that was always there, waiting for you to take it. The power of momentum is not just in its ability to move you forward, but in its ability to transform who you are. Each win, no matter how small, reinforces your identity as someone who takes action, overcomes challenges, and achieves goals. Over time, this identity becomes self-reinforcing. You no longer need to convince yourself to act. It becomes a natural extension of who you are. This is the true power of micro-wins. They don't just change your circumstances, they change you. Picture a small stream. Its flow steady and unrelenting. At first glance it seems insignificant, a mere trickle of water. But over time it carves through rock, reshaping the landscape with its persistence. This is the power of small, consistent effort. Like the stream, your micro-wins may seem modest at first, but they hold the potential to create profound change. Now reflect. What small victories have you overlooked in your life? Perhaps it's the habit you started but didn't recognize as progress, or the task you completed without celebrating its significance. What could happen if you committed to building on these wins, one step at a time? Remember, momentum isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. This week, commit to identifying and acting on one micro-win each day. Whether it's completing a small task, overcoming a moment of hesitation, or making a choice that aligns with your goals, take that step. Write it down, acknowledge it, and let it fuel your momentum. With each win, you'll find that progress becomes easier, confidence grows, and resistance fades. What small step will you take today to move closer to your goals? The answer lies not in grand gestures, but in the quiet power of consistent action. Start now. Chapter 9: Expanding the Vision, Unlocking New Levels of Potential. Imagine standing at the summit of a mountain you once thought insurmountable. The air is crisp, The horizon stretches endlessly before you, and for a moment you feel invincible. But then you notice something beyond that peak, a higher range rising in the distance, beckoning you forward. This is the nature of growth. Each achievement reveals new possibilities, higher challenges, and untapped potential waiting to be explored. Expanding your vision is the natural progression of personal mastery. It's not about dissatisfaction with where you are, but a recognition that human potential is limitless. The moment you allow yourself to dream bigger, you break through the barriers of what you once thought possible. In this chapter, we'll delve into the power of bold vision, the courage it takes to pursue it, and the practical steps to make the seemingly impossible your new reality. Growth demands courage. It requires you to abandon the comfort of what's familiar and embrace the uncertainty of the unknown. Too often, people stop striving once they've achieved a certain level of success, mistaking comfort for fulfillment. But stagnation is the silent killer of potential. The moment you stop reaching for something greater, you begin to wither, confined by the limits of your current perspective. To expand your vision, you must first confront the boundaries of your imagination. Many of these boundaries are self-imposed, rooted in fear or doubt. Think of the times you've said, "That's not realistic," or "I could never do that." These statements are not facts, they are choices. They reflect a mindset constrained by past failures or the fear of future judgment. But here's the truth: your current vision is only as limited as your willingness to challenge it. The first step in expanding your vision is to dream without restraint. Give yourself permission to explore the wildest possibilities, even if they seem absurd at first. Write down your boldest goals, the ones that make your heart race with both excitement and fear. Don't censor yourself. This exercise is not about practicality. It's about awakening the part of you that craves adventure and growth. If your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. Once you've identified your expanded vision, it's time to confront the resistance that comes with it. Fear will inevitably rear its head, whispering that you're not ready or capable. This is where many falter, retreating to the safety of their smaller, more manageable goals. But fear is not a sign to stop. It's a signal that you're on the edge of something transformative. Use it as fuel. The more resistance you feel, the more significant the breakthrough waiting on the other side. Expanding your vision also requires aligning your daily actions with your greater goals. It's not enough to dream big. You must take consistent steps toward those dreams. Break your larger vision into smaller, actionable milestones. Each step you take reinforces your belief in the possibility of achieving the extraordinary. Remember, the path to greatness is not a leap, but a series of deliberate strides. Another critical aspect of unlocking new levels of potential is surrounding yourself with those who challenge and inspire you. Look for mentors, peers, and communities that embody the ambition and drive you seek to cultivate. When you immerse yourself in an environment of high achievers, your own vision naturally expands. Their energy and insights push you to question your limits and redefine what's possible. But growth is not just about external achievements. Expanding your vision also means deepening your understanding of yourself. Ask yourself, who do I need to become to achieve this vision? What skills, habits, or mindsets must I develop? The process of transformation is just as important as the outcome. Each step forward requires shedding old versions of yourself and embracing the discomfort of becoming someone new. As your vision grows, so will the challenges. You'll face setbacks, failures, and moments of doubt. But these obstacles are not barriers. They are opportunities for refinement. Every difficulty you encounter forces you to adapt, learn, and strengthen your resolve. Over time, you'll realize that the journey itself is what expands your potential, not just the destination. Finally, understand that there is no finish line. Growth is a lifelong pursuit. Each milestone you reach reveals new heights to conquer. Embrace this as a gift rather than a burden. The fact that you will never arrive means you will always have a reason to strive, to create, and to become more. This is the essence of a limitless mind, an unrelenting desire to explore the vastness of your potential. Picture your life as a vast horizon, stretching infinitely in all directions. Each goal you achieve, each challenge you overcome, pushes that horizon further away, revealing landscapes you couldn't have imagined before. This is the beauty of expanding your vision. The more you grow, the more you realize there is to discover. Take a moment to reflect on your current goals. Are they bold enough to ignite your passion, or have you settled for what feels safe and achievable? What dreams have you tucked away, convincing yourself they're too big or unrealistic? Now is the time to bring them to the forefront. Write them down, no matter how ambitious or intimidating they seem. Commit to exploring what it would take to make them a reality. This week, challenge yourself to expand one area of your life. Whether it's setting a higher standard for your work, pursuing a skill you've avoided, or redefining your long-term aspirations, take that step. Remember, the only limits you face are the ones you accept. What will you do today to push beyond them? The answer lies not in hesitation but in action. Start now. Chapter 10. The Limitless Mind Challenge, Cementing the Technique. Imagine a craftsman standing before a forge. He has spent weeks honing his skills, learning to shape molten metal into tools of strength and precision. Now, as the fire burns at its hottest, it is time to test his mastery. The final test isn't about learning more, it's about applying everything he knows to create something extraordinary. Similarly, your mind is the forge, and now is the time to wield the tools you've sharpened throughout this journey. The Limitless Mind Challenge is not merely a theoretical exercise. It is the proving ground for everything you've learned. It is your opportunity to transform insights into action, theory into reality, and potential into tangible power. This is where your commitment to growth will be tested, and your ability to command your reality will take its true form. The question is, are you ready to rise to the challenge? Growth thrives on action. Knowledge without application is like a blade left unsharpened, dull and ineffective. The Limitless Mind Challenge is designed to ensure that the wisdom you've gathered does not stay idle, but becomes an integral part of who you are. Over the next 30 days, you will embark on a journey of deliberate, focused action, targeting every principle you've explored in this book. It will be challenging, but it will also be transformative. The first step in this challenge is to clarify your vision. What is the ultimate outcome you wish to achieve? This vision must be bold, specific, and emotionally compelling. Without clarity, your efforts will lack direction, like a ship sailing without a compass. Take the time to write down your vision, describing not only what you want, but why it matters to you. Your why is the fuel that will keep you moving forward when resistance arises. Next, establish daily rituals that reinforce your commitment. Each morning, begin with 5 minutes of visualization. Picture your goal as if it is already achieved. See it, feel it, and immerse yourself in the experience of success. This exercise primes your mind for action and reinforces the belief that your vision is attainable. Follow this with a short period of stillness, allowing your mind to settle and focus on the tasks ahead. Throughout the day, take deliberate actions that align with your vision. Break your goals into smaller, manageable steps and tackle at least one of these steps daily. Remember, progress is built on consistency, not perfection. Even small wins accumulate into significant momentum over time. Keep a journal to track your progress, noting both victories and setbacks. This record will serve as a source of motivation and a reminder of your resilience. Resistance will be your constant companion during this challenge. Whether it manifests as fear, doubt, or procrastination, you must confront it head-on. When resistance arises, remind yourself that it is a sign of growth. Embrace it as an ally rather than an enemy. Use the techniques from earlier chapters, such as reframing fear, managing emotions, and harnessing focus, to push through these moments of discomfort. Each time you overcome resistance, you strengthen your mental fortitude. Another critical component of the Limitless Mind Challenge is to refine your environment. Examine the spaces you inhabit and the people you surround yourself with. Are they supporting your growth, or are they holding you back? Make adjustments as necessary. Remove distractions, create a workspace that fosters productivity, and seek out individuals who inspire and challenge you. Your environment is a reflection of your priorities. Ensure it aligns with the person you are becoming. Reflection is the final piece of the puzzle. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to review your actions. Ask yourself, did I stay aligned with my vision today? What did I do well, and where can I improve? This practice not only reinforces accountability, but also allows you to course correct as needed. Over time, these reflections will deepen your self-awareness and refine your ability to command your reality. By the end of this challenge, you will have not only achieved tangible progress, but also developed habits and mindsets that will serve you for a lifetime. The process is not about perfection, it is about persistence, growth, and transformation. Each day you commit to the challenge, you are forging a stronger, more focused, and more capable version of yourself. The Limitless Mind Challenge is your crucible, a trial by fire that will reveal the depth of your strength and determination. As you embark on this journey, remember that every action you take, no matter how small, contributes to the larger vision of who you are becoming. This is not a time for hesitation or doubt, it is a time for bold, decisive action. Take a moment now to reflect on your readiness. What goals have been waiting for your attention? What dreams have you delayed pursuing? Write them down and commit to making them the focus of your 30-day challenge. This is your moment to prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you imagined. The forge is ready, the tools are sharp, and the fire burns bright. Step into the heat and let the process transform you. The only question that remains is this: how will you emerge from this challenge? Will you rise as the master of your mind and reality, or will you retreat to the comfort of inaction? The choice is yours. Start now. Take command of your life, and let the limitless mind you've cultivated guide you to extraordinary heights. A practical exercise, cementing the path forward. Mastery is born in action. While knowledge lays the foundation, it is the steps you take that build the structure. To solidify everything you've learned, and make this transformation an enduring part of your life, I challenge you to complete a 7-day immersive exercise that integrates the principles in this book. This exercise will test your discipline, focus, and resilience while guiding you toward a deeper understanding of your limitless potential. Day 1. Clear the mental clutter. Begin by decluttering your mind and environment. Remove distractions, eliminate unnecessary obligations, and create a space where clarity can thrive. Reflect on what habits, thoughts, or commitments are draining your energy. Write them down and make a conscious decision to let them go. Day 2. Set a bold vision. Spend dedicated time visualizing your highest goals in vivid detail. What does success feel like, look like, and sound like? Write your vision in the present tense, as though it is already achieved. This exercise isn't just about dreaming, it's about creating a mental blueprint to guide your actions. Day 3. Take decisive action. Choose one significant goal and identify the first step toward it. Take immediate, bold action, no hesitation, no second guessing. Whether it's a phone call, a commitment, or an investment of time, act without delay and with absolute confidence. Day 4. Embrace resistance. Identify an area where fear or resistance holds you back. It could be a conversation you're avoiding, a decision you've delayed, or a challenge you've hesitated to confront. Face it directly, using the tools of visualization, mindfulness, and focus to guide you. Day 5. Reinforce discipline. Commit to a non-negotiable discipline for the day, whether it's waking up earlier, exercising, or completing a task you've been procrastinating on. Treat this discipline as a promise to yourself, one that you will not break under any circumstances. Day 6. Reflect and realign. Take a step back to review your progress. What have you achieved? What lessons have you learned? Use this reflection to refine your approach and identify any adjustments needed to maintain momentum. Day 7. Declare your mastery. End the week by reaffirming your commitment to self-mastery. Write a declaration of the man you've become and the future you're creating. Speak it aloud with conviction, and let it serve as your guiding mantra moving forward. This exercise is not just a test, it is a transformation. It is the bridge between knowing and being, between intention and reality. Each step you take reinforces your power and proves to yourself that you are no longer a passive participant in life, but the active architect of your destiny. Closing words, live as a force of nature. As you complete this journey, remember that true mastery is not achieved in moments of ease, but in the relentless pursuit of growth. There will be days when doubt whispers in your ear, when setbacks tempt you to give up, and when the weight of the world feels heavier than your resolve. In those moments, recall the lessons you've learned here. Remember that the power to command your reality lies within you, waiting to be wielded. You are not just a man, you are a force of nature. Your actions ripple through the world, shaping it in ways that only you can. Live boldly, act decisively, and never settle for anything less than the extraordinary life you are capable of creating. The time to act is now. The power is yours. Command your reality. Conclusion: you are the master of your reality. The journey you have undertaken is not one of convenience or simplicity. It is a path of mastery, transformation, and relentless pursuit of your highest potential. Along the way, you've confronted the illusions that held you captive, rewired the mental frameworks that limited your growth, and forged new habits that align with the vision of the person you are destined to become. Now, as you stand at the edge of this journey, it is time to reflect on the essence of your newfound power. Your mind, once like a turbulent river prone to overflow and destruction, is now a calm, focused stream that carves its way through the toughest stone. This mastery of your thoughts, emotions, and actions is no small feat. It is the result of deliberate effort, unwavering discipline, and a commitment to growth that few dare to pursue. But the reward is priceless. You are no longer a passenger in your life. You are the driver, the navigator, the architect of your destiny. The lessons you have embraced throughout this book are tools, not rules. They are the blueprints for a fortress of mental strength, but the real construction lies in your hands. Visualization is the spark that ignites your creativity and clarity. Discipline is the foundation that supports your ambitions. Emotional mastery is the shield that protects your progress from the storms of doubt and fear. And resilience is the fire that keeps you moving forward, even when the path is steep and the air is thin. But remember this: mastery is not a destination. It is a lifelong process. The moment you believe you've conquered every challenge, the world will present a new one. The mind is a forge that never stops burning, a muscle that grows stronger with every trial and triumph. True mastery lies in your willingness to remain a student of life, to continually adapt, grow, and rise above the limitations of yesterday. As you move forward, the world will test you. Resistance will appear in many forms: unexpected setbacks, internal doubts, external distractions. But these are not signs of failure. They are invitations to rise higher. Every obstacle is an opportunity to deepen your strength, sharpen your focus, and affirm your commitment to your vision. The question is not whether you will face challenges, but how you will respond when they arise. To solidify your transformation, I invite you to undertake one final exercise, a ritual of reflection and action. Begin by revisiting the goals you identified at the start of this journey. Are they still aligned with your vision? Have they evolved as you've grown? Write down the steps you've taken and the progress you've made. Acknowledge the wins, no matter how small, and use them as fuel for what comes next. Next, identify a single goal that represents the next level of your growth. It should challenge you, inspire you, and push you beyond your comfort zone. Break it down into actionable steps and commit to taking the first step within the next 24 hours. This act of immediate action is a declaration of your mastery, a statement that you are no longer a man of idle dreams, but a force of nature capable of commanding your reality. Finally, dedicate time each day to reflect on your progress. Whether through journaling, meditation, or quiet contemplation, create a space where you can reconnect with your vision and realign your actions. This ritual will not only keep you grounded, but also serve as a reminder of the incredible journey you've undertaken. You are no longer the man who started this book. You have shed the layers of doubt, fear, and inaction that once weighed you down. In their place stands a man of clarity, discipline, and purpose, a man who understands that his reality is not dictated by circumstance, but crafted by his will. You have stepped into the role of creator, commander, and master of your life. So what will you create? What legacy will you leave behind? The power to shape your destiny is in your hands, and the time to act is now. The world is waiting, not for the man you were, but for the force of nature you have become. Command your reality and let your actions speak louder than words. Your future is limitless. It's time to live it.